and never figure out how these things work or how to expand them. Not good at it. The strangest question, that is the strangest question I've ever received. Or I received a very strange question through Facebook. And the question was, did I believe some people living on planet Earth are really aliens from another planet? And if I believed that, is it possible that I am one of those aliens? And if that is true, would I explain some of the differences in the way thought is organized between the two species? Ilunde alduya. Jakwala jipwai e kuzan. Wai e alunde. Ratio idiombo kuwa. Ratio idiombo kuwa. Ratio idiombo kuwa. Wai ratio idiombo kuwa. Alunde aluya. Well, what if that were a quote from a language on another planet, used all the time on another planet, by everybody on that planet, because it was millions of years in advance of this planet, and had long given up all sorts of tribal things, like nationality, like nations, and had realized that they were one people, one planet, and that had been millions of years ago. There was no more fights in the name of freedom and justice and territoriality. And what if on that planet they believed that communication as to the meaning of life, what it's all about, what makes it funny and giggly and what makes it serious and awesome, exists not just in auditory expression, as I'm doing as I speak to you, but also when that auditory expression can be in more than one place at one time, in more than one shape at one time, like atoms do. Atoms that construct us, carbon atoms, have this incredible ability to be in more than one place at the same time. That's mind-boggling. Until you realize that your mind, what you're thinking about, can be on more topics than one at the same time. Same thing. The same patterns for everything are used all over the universe, everybody's universe. The veins in a leaf are like the branches of the tree, are like the channels for oxygen in your lungs, or the way veins run through your body. The same patterns are used over and over and over because they work. They're wonderful. So now what if those same words were presented to you in another way, in another place, at the same time? because I'm going to use this, I'm going to say, the same words will be here, but I'm going to put the same words, give them some tune, quality, which I have very little of at my age. And you will see how it expands the message being expressed by those tones, along with hearing the words. Even though you may not be able to put that into language, you'll have some understanding of it. Alunde, 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 alluya. Jacques voilà jip, waye coujon. Why, yea, alunde. Why, yea, alunde. Aresho idiambo guwa. Aresho idiambo guwa. Aresho gwindet. Aresho gwindet, aresho idiambo guwa. Waye, alunde, alluya. Okay. Now, that expression exists auditorily in two ways at the same time. And you, rather than just being confused by the noises of the language, now understand something about the presentation of the language, something of the emotion of the language. Now imagine if we could do that with you and impose that now visually, and say that visuality appeared as, what are those things called? What is the word you have for them? They are patterns that appear in cornfields and wheat fields. But that's the visual. For the same emotion that you heard in the tone, which is also in the sounds of the words themselves, including if they are in print. So now we have 3-4 appearances by the same thing in the same place at the same time, just like atoms. See, we've inherited that. You've inherited it. We're talking the carbon atoms, and that's what they do. They have this incredible ability to do that. And they have this incredible law of attraction. I don't believe in the law of attraction that you hear some people talk about, where if you think about it, a new Cadillac, it's going to appear in your garage. I mean, if that was true, all the people in Ethiopia and other places who are starving for one decent meal a week could just think of that and it would appear on their table. No. A law isn't a law unless it works every time for everything. There's the telephone, of course, and Gary not pounced on it. Other laws. But the law of attraction does work at the atomic level. I mean, that's how atoms glump onto each other and form molecules. And molecules, stuff, organic stuff, living stuff, or stone stuff. We're all part of the same process. So, to answer that incredibly unusual question, and not to answer it at the same time, because who among us, including me, could believe that I'm from another galaxy and another planet? Oh, the name of the planet, Sultone. Yes, I'm Sultanese.